You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, IndyCar diecast collectors and diecast reviewers on YouTube? This is Original Big Bri here, and welcome to another IndyCar diecast review, guys. Part of Indy 500 month on this wonderful month of May, guys. And just by my background, I think we're going to be quite in for something today, guys, because this is a this ain't going to be one diecast review and not a dual diecast review like my last video, but it's going to be a AAA diecast review. What I mean by that is that we're going to have 3 cars to review in this one video, and you might know what it is if you guys saw my Instagram, but any of you guys who might not know, then without further ado, we're going to go ahead and do the official unboxing and the IndyCar diecast review on the 2017 101st running of the Indianapolis 500 Podium set that was made by Greenlight Collectibles, guys. So this is a really cool diecast diorama and sets that I got from my good friends at Alpha Racing Collectibles, priced at, I believe, $21 with free shipping. So that's a really good deal, because think about it, guys. These cars, like, separately are usually $9 a piece, so it would have been $27 if you do the math. So that's a really good deal, and I'm hoping that you can still find these cars on eBay, also at IndyCar website and at IMS as well's website, clearly right there. But yeah, let's go ahead over this box real quick, guys. So right here we got the 3 cars who finished 1, 2, 3, or as we like to call it, the Podium. Especially for any IndyCar fans or any F1 fans, you guys will know what the Podium is. But here's the box, guys. See right there, we got a nice diorama of the IMS right here with the yard of bricks. So this will be really cool. I really don't want to take this out of the packaging, but I do got to show you guys a little closer look at the diecast as my little background decides to fall down. Hopefully it's not gonna be some bad luck for this year's Indy 500. But here's the back of the diecast, guys, and you can see up the back of the diecast box. There we go. You can see right there's all the stats right there for Takuma Sato, Castroneves, and IndyCar's newest favorite driver, Ed Jones, who is now with there's actually a lot of differences with these cars, because all these cars aren't technically 2018 diecast, because we know we're getting some more information about these cars as the Indy 500 diecast review starts right now. This race is known as the greatest spectacle in racing. I could probably say the same thing about the diecast as well, guys. So we got these great looking diecast out of its box, and heck, guys, we're going to go ahead and get things started with your defending Indy 500 champion, which is Takuma Sato, the great Japanese driver that the home of Japan definitely knows pretty well. That he sells his diecast very well in his home country, guys. I kid you not. There are a lot of exclusive diecasts that are made exclusively for Takuma Sato. Hopefully I'll get lucky and get some of those cars, but for now, this is my best bet. And this ain't actually my first Takuma Sato car. We had the ABC Supply Company car that he drove for many, many years, but it looks like the move to Andretti Autosport, which only lasted for 1 year, because now he's with Ray Hall Ledman Lanigan Racing, but it worked out pretty well, guys. And ironically, this is now the second time we've had an Andretti car that had a brand new sponsor that came in at the last moment, and they won the race, guys. I kid you not. I know this because I've been to the Indy 500 for about since 2015, guys. So when I saw that this new sponsor was coming on board, Ruoff Home Mortgages, I was like, boy, what about ironic seeing another Andretti car with a new sponsor win this race. I must be sidekick or something, or the Indy 500 is just that predictable. I'm just kidding, guys. Nothing can go wrong with the Indy 500, guys, and that's why I love this so much. But anyways, guys, I'll show you guys a little 360 view where we can look at the sponsors, and there are some issues with this car, but still pretty cool regardless, guys. See right there, we got all these sponsors right here. I usually don't go over the sponsors, but because you guys can kind of see that right there. But yeah, the Ruoff Home Mortgages paint livery looks really cool. You see that chrome Andretti nose. That's pretty standard for all the Andretti diecasts. You see right there, the Ruoff logo right here that's on the left wing is kind of cut off and kind of slanted. So yeah, even Greenlight kind of sucks with their decals. One thing I noticed though, and I got to thank David Lamb pointing this out, there's an airbox decal on this car, and on the rest of the diecast, like I'm about to show you, like on the Leo Shell V Power Rewards, does not have the airbox detail, even on the Ed Jones car. So I thought that's kind of funny, and now that I think about it, I think this is the only diecast, as far as I know, that has the airbox detail. So it looks like Greenlight Collectibles, just as they consistent with their logos. And you can see right there, we're actually looking at the rest of these logos, as I'm going to try to get a nice zoom in. Well, I mean, there's so many different tiny, very tiny logos. I think the 124, the 118 definitely does a lot more better job showing the decals. See right there, there's Japan, Butterball, and there's some Indy 500 stickers as well for qualifying. It's got a dark green camera right on top, which looks amazing. And you can see right there all the rest of these monsters. The home mortgage is about to be cut off on the side wing. And you see right there the Amanda just I can't believe I'm reviewing these cars now. But we also got the Indy 500 tires, which are ironically red, but they've been that since the 100th running, and they're probably going to do that for now on, which, you know, looks all right. But I kind of do miss the white letters on the Indy 500 diecast. But this one looks pretty good. However, though, now it's time to play Spot the Error, guys. You probably are wondering what's the error. Well, it's this font, guys. The font on the 26 is off. I thought they were going to fix it, but they didn't, guys. The font, I believe, is supposed to be a little bit more wider, I think, or I think they kind of did fix it. I mean, it doesn't look too bad right here. We're on the where the front of the car is, but right here on the side, you can clearly tell that 26 definitely does look off. So yeah, that does kind of suck right there. And see right there, right on where that right by where that rabbit ear is, and the that end plate, we got I believe that's the Sebastian Bourdais tribute logo, which is really cool. So definitely so even though Greenlight kind of screwed up the accuracy on this car, decal wise it is pretty nice regardless. And here is the back of the diecast, and you can see right there that's actually I believe the 26 is right on this. I'm not quite sure, but it does look a little better and brighter, if that makes any sense, on those back pods. So yeah, and like Gracie 2011 points out, so this side is similar as the other side. So there are many different versions of this car, guys. You can get this in the 118 scale, the 118 figure scale that comes with a figure, which I know a lot of people kind of like. And then they made, I kid you not, 3 different versions of this car. This car I'm showing you right here is the of course, the 3-pack set, which is also on the the standard release that we usually get every year with the special packaging. And then Greenlight surprised us again, made a race version diecast, which is an IMS exclusive. I have yet to get this car, but if you guys do want me to see another diecast review of this car, I'm more than happy to show you guys a comparison of those two once I pick that diecast up at IMS. Probably I'll get it when with the rest of the 2018 cars that are going to be coming out for this year. But yeah, guys, that wraps up on the defending Indy 500 champion for Takuma Sato, guys. And now we're going to move on to Helio Castroneves. Guy may have 3 Indy 500 champions and kind of ironically like his number, but man, this guy was so close to yet get a 4th Indy 500 win. This is Helio Castroneves and his number 3 Shell V-Power Fuel Rewards Chevrolet, guys. And this was definitely a interesting livery, to say the least. A lot of people, including myself, actually kind of thought this was a throwback. Roger Penske didn't actually call this a throwback, but you can kind of see some similarities on this car. And you guys probably wondering, well, Brian, don't keep us waiting. What is the what's the livery representing as a throwback? Well, I believe this is supposed to represent Danny Sullivan's 1988 and 89 Miller High Life livery that he drove, ironically for Team Penske. The only difference I see with this car is that it has red trim and red numbers, while the original version had green trim with green numbers. But I heard that Roger Penske is kind of superstitious with green cars because there's a superstition that goes around. If you guys don't know about it yet, allow me to give you a little history lesson. This is the Indy 500 historian coming to me now, guys. I gotta give a shout out to my good friends David Land and Robbie Noonan as well, because both these guys are pretty good fans of Helio Castroneves, especially Robbie Noonan, who has seen this guy finish 2nd at the Indy 500 twice. So I think Rob does not want to see this guy win, get 2nd place again. But yeah, guys, this back to the green superstition, guys. I guess there was this little superstition that goes around along with eating peanuts that if you have a green car, or if you eat peanuts, then you're not going to win the race. It's just a weird superstition that happens at IMS for some odd reason. That probably explains why we're not going to see Daniel Patrick win the Indy 500 this year, which, I mean, come on, what are the chances of that? Then again, by the time I upload this video when she wins, then everyone's going to be like, wow, what were you thinking? Well, who knows, guys? But that's why the Indy 500 is such a great race, because it's unpredictable and you just don't know what's going to happen. Definitely is the greatest spectacle of racing. But anyways, guys, back to this diecast, guys. This is the Castroneves Shell V-Power Rewards diecast. And yes, this car is technically not exclusive. We did got this as a standard release as well, guys. But the only difference with this car is that, see where this LED panel is? It has a number 2 on it because it represents that this is kind of a race version, because he finished second at the 2017 Indy 500, or I'm sorry, the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500, presented by Pan Grand Motor Oil. God, that's never gonna get out of my head. But yeah, there's all the usual sponsors for Team Penske. Some of these look pretty familiar if you are a NASCAR and IndyCar fan. And usually what I find ironic is that this car was actually a late release, guys, for both this and the regular release. Because usually they have the Shell cars. Usually Greenlight and Shell already have a deal that works out to get these diecasts out in May. That explains why with the Yellow Submarine car, we're going to have that. Speak of the devil, guys. We're going to be actually looking at a diecast, a comparison of, you guys guessed it, the Yellow Submarine diecast. And I forgot to compare a diecast on the Takuma Sato car, but there really was a diecast to compare with this. But this one, you can clearly see why Elio's such a big fan favorite, guys. His liveries are pretty awesome, and I had to bring this Yellow Submarine car back because it's an even year, guys, and Elio runs these in even years. So it's 2018, so you guys know what that means. Yep, the Yellow Submarine car is going to be back, and I'm looking forward to review that car and all the other diecasts we're getting for the Mega Diecast review for 2018 IndyCar Diecast. I know that's going to be something worth watching. Once we close in for the Indy 500, so tune in for that. I'll probably have that uploaded once I get all majority of those diecasts. But you can clearly see the big difference in these paint schemes, but definitely a different take on another somewhat throwback car. I mean, Roger Penske didn't confirm that it was a throwback, but you know how he likes to be a little mysterious sometimes. But yeah, guys, this is the wrap-up of Elio Castroneves' Shell V-Power Rewards diecast, and now we're going to get on to the last diecast, which I believe might be the reason why you guys are going to want to get this set. Told me that a Dale Coyne racing car was going to be at the podium for the Indy 500. You probably think I'm crazy. Well, how about even being more crazy that we were able to get a Dale Coyne racing diecast for this Indy 500 set, and it's Ed Jones, guys. I mean, holy crap, this guy impressed the heck out of me. Dale Coyne Racing overall really has impressed with me, guys. I mean, they definitely do not have the best equipment, but you know, like after last year, and then they're having a strong start this year with Bourdais, and then all the random drivers they got for the 19 car for this year, with Pietro Fittipaldi and Zach Clamo-DeMello. But, dude, this diecast is freaking sweet. This is kind of a race version diecast as well, because it is kind of how the car was represented at the end of the race. What I mean by that is that technically this car, a lot of people got this car, at first when people saw this car, they were like, oh, Greenlight screwed up on this car because it's not the actual car that ran the Indy 500. Well, it kind of is, guys. And I'll get into more insight into that very soon, as I'm going to show you guys a 360 view of this car, which is pretty awesome. See that nice matte black finish. And focus in on these Indy 500 Firestone tires again, because they look pretty awesome. And then there's the rest of the livery, all the decals that go along with this. And probably might have censored out because that is a Gentleman's Club logo. And ironically, it's now on a base. Shots fired at Lionel. But yeah, guys, we're gonna look at all these sponsors, and then I'll be looking at why this diecast is being a lot of controversy. So yes, take a look right there as my camera wants to focus in. We got a lot of interesting sponsors going on right here. Dale Coyne really racked up on the sponsor money for the Indy 500 races, like they usually do. But yeah, we got lots of interesting sponsors. See a Valvoline logo, so that's pretty cool. The Be a Scout livery making a return. I mean, I know for any Justin Wilson fans, people are definitely going to know that livery. But And here's the rest of the decals that are on this car. I mean, pretty beautiful diecast, and I would have never thought we would ever get this car produced, guys. But I think it's safe to say that we finally, for the first year ever, we have all 3 Dale Coyne racing cars that were produced in diecast. We had the Pippa Man, Pippa promo, kind of a promo, but it actually was based on her 2016 diecast, or her 2016 car. And then we had the Sebastian Bourdais Dale Coyne racing car, which was a big surprise. But then again, he won St. Pete. And then what do you know? Greenlight says, hey, you know what? Let's just get the Ed Jones diecast in here just for the heck of it, because we're already going to be dumping this mold at the end of the last diecast season for 2017. Because you guys know we got the Universal Air Kit diecast coming out for this month, which, God, I'm so excited for this. But now I'm going to tell you guys why this car is kind of interesting. Well, you can kind of see right here, Ed Jones was a rookie. Now you're probably wondering, hey, why are the back bumper numbers not yellow? Well, it turns out that Ed Jones got involved in a crash. I believe that he got into a crash when Scott Dixon and Jay Howard made contact. If you guys saw that blowover that Dixon had, oh my God, that was scary. When I saw that in person, I was just like, oh boy, I hope to God he's all right. Thankfully, he was, and he was able to walk out of that. But it looks like, I think Elio also got involved in that as well. I think one of his, one of the rabbit ears fell off on his back wing. So maybe that's kind of why he got up front, because the Chevrolets were kind of struggling a little bit. But then again, their engines were a lot more better than Honda's. Thank God we're not, thank God those days are gone now, guys, with the Universal Aero Kit. But yeah, guys, I'm getting really off topic, but man, I did this diecast. I have so much to talk about this. But basically, if you Google a picture of what this car looked like on pole day and on pole day, bump day, basically the day before the Indy 500 or at the Indy 500, before that crash happened, this car did not have black bumpers. Now this is kind of like a backup, so they had to replace this whole wing, and in IndyCar you can do that. It's not like NASCAR where they have the stupid damage policy, which is the 5-minute warning clock or whatever, like, oh God. But yeah, and Dale Coyne Racing, since they are a pretty, underfunded and underrated team, well, I can't really say underrated anymore because they're starting to get some good ratings now with their drivers. They just, I guess they were kind of lazy, and they didn't paint the 19 yellow to represent a rookie, which might be an explanation of why Ed Jones did not want the rookie of the race for the Indy 500, and it went to Fernando Alonso, which I do got mixed feelings about that. I mean, Fernando Alonso did a really great job, representing how great of a driver he is, and but still, though, I think Ed Jones definitely got a little demoted after that. Especially, usually we don't talk about the guys who finish second or third or fourth at the Indy 500. We only care about the winner. But Ed Jones, man, for his first full-time ride in the Verizon IndyCar Series at IMS, he did a phenomenal job, along with his teammate James Davison, who subbed in for Sebastian Bourdais. Speaking of the devil, guys, we're going to do a diecast comparison on Ed Jones' teammates, which is Sebastian Bourdais. And basically, these cars are kind of similar livery-wise. You can see right there, the livery is kind of similar. But that might be a reason why they decided to add this fluorescent yellow, so they can differentiate from these cars, as I cannot even pronounce that word. Ooh, it's been a long day, guys. But yeah, that's basically the main difference on this car, guys. But I have to say, though, if you want to get this Indy 500 podium set, and you missed out on getting the Sato and the Elio cars, and you really, really want this Ed Jones diecast, I say, without a doubt, get this car, along with the rest of the cars that I'm about to show you right here, because I have to admit, guys, this was a big surprise for Greenlight Collectibles to do this, as I'm going to get back into the podium standing for these drivers. I'm hoping this is going to be a yearly thing. And, at first when I saw the box, I thought that this was going to be huge and there's no way in the heck I was going to, make room for this in my collection. It's not that big, guys. So it won't take up that much as well. It's definitely smaller than a 118, that's for sure, of the box. So if we're going to get another one of these, guys, and if this starts becoming a yearly thing, I wouldn't mind that at all, guys. I mean, Greenlight Collectibles did a great job with the 2017 cars, and 2018 is going to be such a great year as well, guys. And of course, I am also looking forward to what this year's Indy 500 is going to represent with the Universal Aero Kits. But for now, guys, this has been a wrap up on the official diecast review of the 2017 101st running of the Indianapolis 500 diecast. So if you guys enjoyed this IndyCar diecast video along by other Indy 500 content on this channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, guys, and so you guys don't miss out on any more IndyCar content on this YouTube channel. But until then, guys, this is Bridge Big Bri. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next Indy 500 video.